All right, I got my usual things. I got a piece of paper. This is gonna be for the background. So I have white if you wanna use blue for the sky or green, it's up to you. I have my scissors. I've got a marker right here. I've got glue. I've got colored paper. And I just realized we need like a green marker to do drawing at the very end, but you can just use this one if you want to too. That's fine. So we're gonna do a lot of cutting today. So I'm gonna cut out of my colored paper if you just have scraps, or they can be all the same color, it's up to you. I'm gonna use different colors just because it's easier to see when I glue them all together. All right, so my side paper, my background's going off to the side. All right, so I'm gonna start with my orange just because it'll be easiest to see. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw one tulip and we're gonna use it as a pattern to cut out. We're gonna cut out a bunch of different ones, okay? So sometimes it's a little bit easier if you fold your paper just like this, and that's gonna be the middle of your flower. All right. So our tulips are gonna look a little bit different because we're gonna be making it the same, little bit symmetrical. So we're gonna do kind of like a backwards J, just like this. We're gonna have a zigzag line down and one going back up, but you wanted to touch that middle part right there, okay? See, so I'm gonna kind of show you again. See, so I folded my paper over just a little bit. We're gonna have the big backwards J, just like this. A zigzag line down and another one coming back up. And you want it to touch just like that. So we're gonna cut it open. We're gonna cut it and you'll see, okay? So I'm gonna cut these ones. All right, so you can see when you open it up, it's gonna be that big, that tulip shape, okay? So we're gonna use this. I'm gonna put this right here off to the side. I'm gonna cut this other one out. All right. So I've got my orange here. I'm gonna use this as a pattern. So if you want, what you can do is you can fold this over the other way, just like this. And we're gonna trace around it, like I said, and use that pattern. All right. So my paper, I'm gonna trace around it. Make that big J. All right, you can see. So I'm gonna try and squeeze in 3 of them on here. That line up. And I turn my paper sometimes because it's easier to move around. Trace, see, there's number 2. And my third one, I'm gonna sneak right in here at the bottom. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of these to cut out. I'm gonna try and make 2 flowers. We'll see how many we can get. Okay, so I've got one. Like I said, do more cutting. It's always okay if they're not perfect. We kind of want them to be the same size, but if not, you can trim it at the very end and make them all really similar. So there's another one. I got a pile of them going right up here. All right, another one, just putting in my pile. Lots of cutting today. Okay, so I've got about 5 orange ones. So I had my scrap paper. I'm going to do, I think, some orange and pink ones. So I'm gonna take my pink paper. I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm gonna fold it over just about 1.5 to 2 inches. just like this. I'm gonna take my pattern right there. So I just put it right around the outside, okay? Just so I can trace it. It just helps to make them all about the same size. And trace. There's one. It's okay. I'll fill that in. All right, and here's going to be number 2. All right, and here's number 3. All right, gotta cut them out. Like I said, lots of cutting today. All right, there's my pink. There's one. There's 2. There's 3. All right, same thing. Gonna fold it in half just like this. Take my pattern, put it around the outside of that paper just like this. Okay, and use it to trace around. One. 2. 3. All right, if it's too tricky, so I'll cut these out. I'll actually come back to that really quick. All right. Can't cut them out quick. Gotta be extra careful with your scissors. Almost there. All right, so there's my 6. I was gonna say, if it's too tricky for you to trace it out on the side, you can also open it up just like this and trace it in the middle of your paper and cut around the whole thing if you'd like. So this is just in my scraps. You can cut around it just like that and then cut this one out, okay? It's easier to do it that way and not on the fold. Because sometimes it's just a little bit easier to cut it out this way, okay? So if we have them like this, the extra trick is we just want to make sure that we fold it in half, because we're going to have all of our flowers. We're going to have these pieces folded in half, okay? All right, so now we're going to take my glue stick. I've got all these different colors here, so you can do whatever order you want. I'm going to just kind of do orange pink so you can see how they stick together, okay? So I've got one flower right here. I'm going to fold it in half. So kind of like we've done before, we're going to end up making a stack of these, and then we'll glue them and it'll be a dimensional flower. Okay, so glue, you can see, fold it in half, glue on just one side. Just one side right here. I'm going to take a pink one, just like this, and stack it right on top. Okay. Make sure you match up the shape. You can see both of the folded sides are right here, and here's the open sides. Okay, so you're just going to be matching up that shape, because see, if you try to do it this way, it doesn't match. Okay, so you always want the fold to be on the same side right here. So we're going to try and do it again. We're going to stack it. Going to stack an orange right here. All right, so that's 3. See, all the fold sides are there, all the open sides are on this side. All right, so that's 3. I'm going to do another one. Here's 4. Still matching up my sides. See, all my folds are right there, all the open sides are right there. So 4, 5, 6. Okay. You can do however many you want. I just have enough that I'm going to do 6. Okay. See, so again, you match it up. Fold sides, open sides. So when you open it up, you can see it's got all these extra flowers right here. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. You can see it from the top. This is going to be the flat back we're going to glue down on the paper. And this is going to be what the inside flower looks like. See, it's really cool dimensional, different colors. If you want to do the same color and do pink, 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 that also looks really pretty. I just like doing different colors so you can see it better. Okay, so I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to leave this one right here so you can still see it. All right, so I got my orange. Here's my folded side. There's my open side. And stack. All right, just a little bit more glue. Gonna put my orange one down right here and stack it up. All right, so I gotta put another pink one down. All right, and another orange. Trying to make sure that all these are lining up down here. If not, just fine. So they're kind of flat. All right, I'm gonna do another pink one. All right, because I have pink right here and I have one pink, I'm gonna glue the pink on the bottom right here, just so it keeps changing colors. Oh, not this way. Make sure you stack it that same shape right on top of each other. Okay, so if you want to, I didn't do it for this one, but see how they're not all matching up? If you want to, you can kind of trim some of these on the outside so it's the same shape. Just if you'd like, or you can get some of that pen off the outside that we did all of our tracing with. All right, so here's our other flower. Really cool. All right, so we got our 2 flowers. Now we got our background. All right, so now we can make our 2 flowers and we can glue them down on the paper any way you like. You can have it lengthwise, you can have your paper up and down. I'm gonna keep it just this way just to see today. All right, so make you see, you can see here's these 2 oranges. Now I'm gonna glue on the whole back. Orange, all the orange on the back, be extra careful. And flip it over. And there's our flower. Sometimes it might need a little bit of fluffing, just like this, so you can see all the dimensions. Same thing over here. We're gonna glue that back. See, there's 2 pinks right here. All right, I'm gonna squish it down. I'm gonna make them a different height just because I can. It's up to you. All right, and kind of fluff it up so you can see all the different petals in there. All right. You see the different ones. All right, so now I'm just gonna draw the bottoms, draw the stems right here. Tulips have kind of thicker stems, so I'm just gonna draw a little bit wavy line coming down and do 2 or 3 of them because they're, like I said, they're a little bit thicker. I'm gonna make a little curve in it just because I like to. There's 1. There's 2. 3, just like this. Sometimes they've got some really big leaves that kind of come up like a big curve and then another big curve down just like this. So I'm going to color that one in, the same thing here, just a little curve up and a big curve down. All right, there's your dimensional tulips. I think they look really cool.